Good morning, everyone. In Midtown Manhattan early this morning, 50-year-old Brian Thompson, the CEO of UnitedHealthcare, was shot and killed in what appears, at this early stage of our investigation, to be a brazen, targeted attack. This does not appear to be a random act of violence. The victim was in New York City to speak at an investor conference. It appears the suspect was lying in wait for several minutes. And as the victim was walking to the conference hotel, the suspect approached from behind and fired several rounds, striking the victim at least once in the back and at least once in the right calf.
Well, I think what's very useful is the fact that this is not a professional killer, a contract killer, by his mannerisms and by the failure of the weapon. I think when you start looking at all the video footage and you see the malfunction of the weapon with the noise suppression unit causing a major malfunction, this is not the sign of a hired killer. I believe that the individual, by looking at the footage, has some psychological issues, that this is a revenge shooting. If you look at the homicide investigation and the totality of the circumstances, you can see that they say he was laying in wait. I don't believe that, because in order to do that, you have to have prior information as to where the target is going to be and at what particular time. I think he was followed, and I have a feeling that the individual had a revenge issue with the healthcare industry or maybe a prior employee, but definitely some psych issues in this case.
The motive for this murder currently is unknown, but based on the evidence we have so far, it does appear that the victim was specifically targeted. But at this point, we do not know why. This does not appear to be a random act of violence.
First of all, our deep condolences to the Thompson family. We had the tragedy of Brian Thompson's apparent murder in New York City this morning. Sending our thoughts to the family, our thoughts to the UnitedHealthcare family that's out there, and then our state law enforcement and BCA are providing whatever they can do if there's a part to be able to be helpful in that. They've already been contacted. I know they're working with their federal partners. But yeah, tragic situation. And as we hear more information, we'll certainly make sure we get it out.
Have you met with him before?
Thank you. I have. I knew Brian. Tragic. And as I said, some of it's still preliminary on this, but figure out what was behind this and follow through, making sure someone's brought to justice. But just our deepest condolences to the family. Horrible tragedy.
A professional does not leave DNA behind. Clearly, by the shell casings being left, you can tell that this is a revenge shooting. So the U.S. Marshal Service, who are the best at what they do, have some alleged DNA that they're going to be working with, maybe to identify the suspect. And once we identify the suspect, we'll be able to now put out the bolo, be on the lookout, show the picture of the defendant, the suspect, and move forward in the investigation. Cell phone information, whether or not they can get into the cell phone, whether the cell phone company is going to be willing to cooperate on this matter. This is all things that we have to see. As of right now, we haven't ID'd the suspect yet. So building the information is the first part. Disseminating the information to the general public will be the second part. And then looking at, cell phone records or any other information will be vital in the apprehension of this fugitive. Sometimes there may be, internet trails. Sometimes there's phone records. It all depends. Each case, you have to look at the totality and go in that direction, so you're not chasing a red herring. You can easily be taken in the wrong direction, and you need to stay focused. I'm sure that the Marshal Service is not letting out information that they already have. I think this one's going to take a little bit longer than normal, just because we don't know who the actual shooter is. I was just wondering why a CEO of a major company would be walking down the street alone without a protection team. It seems very odd to me.
Stay up to date with this story and more. Subscribe to our Watch Fox YouTube page. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell to never miss an update.